Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. This is Akim Abdul back with another quick lesson. Also want to give double honors and a salute to the men I learned this truth from. Shalom, Barakatham. Yeah, I saw this news article, it was published a day ago. I was contemplating on how I would present it in a lesson, and the water Yah Bashim Yahushai, I was able to come up with a couple of precepts to, bring some light into this article and what's actually going on with our people today with Esau Edom's philosophies and policies and things of that nature. But it reads, the title says Richmond, which I'm currently in Richmond, Virginia, and it says Richmond, the forgotten history of Richmond slave breeding farms, a dark chapter in America's past. And like I said, it was published a day ago. Right here you can see Salakia. Well, it's not gonna let me zoom in, but those enslaved Jakes right there. Looks like primarily. Um, it reads that when we think of slavery in America, we often think of the transatlantic slave trade and the brutal conditions enslaved Africans faced on plantations in the South. Those enslaved Africans are really Israelites. The Hamites are different from our people. We're from Ishmael, and they're the Hamites. So it's like we're stealing from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob was later translated to Israel. Salakia, that was the devil. Ishmael is the Arabs that also contribute to the slave trade, but the Hamites are the so-called Africans. Salakia for the mix up. We're not the Ishmael. We're not the Ishmaelites. Those are the Arabs. We're the Israelites. But reading on, it says, when we think of slavery in America, we often think of the transatlantic slave trade and the brutal conditions enslaved Africans, which were Israelites, faced on plantations in the South. However, there is a darker aspect of slavery in America that is often overlooked: the breeding farms. In the early 19th century, when the importation of enslaved people from Africa was banned, enslavers turned to breed farms to produce a self-sustaining population of enslaved people. These farms aimed to make as many enslaved people as possible for sale and distribution throughout the South. Richmond, Virginia, and the Maryland Eastern Shore were home to the two largest breeding farms. So, yeah, that's what it is. Now, I'm not going to read this entire article, but I'm going to just get some key points. And right here, when it talks about the ban, I'm jumping down in this article. It says, despite the ban of importing enslaved people, there was still some limited smuggling of enslaved people. However, the most new enslaved people in Africa came from natural increase, which meant that enslavers were breeding their slaves to produce more workers. The South was making and selling enough enslaved people internally that the slave trade was reducing prices for enslaved people and cutting into profits. This was one of the reasons why the importation of enslaved people was banned, not because of humanitarian concerns, but for economic reasons. See, they want to portray that, they like to teach people in these institutions, schools, or whatever they want to call them. Like we came to our, census, and we came to the conclusion that bringing people from enslaving people from Africa to one continent to another to the Americans is wrong. This is we need to ban this. Actually, the reason why they banned it, or one of the main reasons why they banned it, is because what it was cutting into their profit, man. It was not profitable for them to continue to uh, import and enslave quote unquote Africans, which are Israelites, to the Americans. They had breeding farms set up where they was producing, you know, what you want to say, enslaved people, and they was doing these in like it says, it's a dark history in brutal situations where they will put sacks on the young men or whoever these breeders were, or these men were, and they were going and put sacks on their head, and then they would have sex. You don't know who they having sex with, their sister, their mother, their aunts. You don't know who it is, man. And that's how these demons work, man, because they the devil. You know what I'm saying? So you wouldn't know who or that captive person wouldn't know who they're having sex with, because they'll put a sack on their head and have them go in there and do what they do, you know, which is is that's the devil for you. But the point I'm trying to make out is what Esau Edom is trying to do, man. Like with today's situation, he's trying to what? As the title reads, the forgotten history of Richmond's slave breeding farmers. He's trying to have you forget about these atrocities they have that they have done to Israel, man. With this what they call critical race theory. See this stuff right here. You know, if Esau Edom is successful, this true history, they'll try to take away these monuments, these museums, and ban all teaching of anything that resembles the treachery that they did to the children of Israel. Not only the so-called Negroes, but also the Latinos and Native Americans, man, that make up the 12 tribes of Israel, man. 12 tribes of Israel, Salaki. So they are campaigning for you Israelites that make up the bulk here in North America that consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They want to forget this history, man. That's why they have themes like critical race theory, you know. But I'm gonna grab a precept, Salakia. I'm gonna go to the book of Proverbs 31, and I'm gonna start at 4. Yeah, the book of Proverbs 31 and verse 4. It says, "It is not for kings, O Lamoli, it is not for kings to drink wine, nor the princes strong drink, lest they drink and forget the law and pervert the judgment of any of the afflicted. Give strong drink unto him that is ready to perish," meaning that's the appointment, and that strong drink equates to the philosophies, and this is being given to him, meaning that these rulers, which is we're under the rule of Esau Edom's kingdom, the self-proclaimed white man, they're passing philosophies by their policies. That's that strong drink, and they're forcing people to drink. Continuing on, 31 and 6, it says, "Give strong drink unto him that is ready to perish, and wine unto those that be of heavy hearts. Let him drink and forget his poverty and remember his misery no more." So that's what Esau Edom is trying to have the house of Israel do. He wanted to give them strong drink, which is these philosophies, man. I don't, banning certain criterias in these public school systems, man. Mainly black history, as they coin it, you know, because they're desensitizing because they're getting sensitive to the fact that their ancestors, which actually they're here today, they're the same people. We believe heavily and we know that reincarnation is real. And they're feeling guilt. Why they feeling guilt? Because they are the same spirits, man. Those people are those same people back then, man. So they're feeling guilt, you know, and they don't want to own up to their atrocities. So in order for them to make amends or don't feel any type of guilt, what they want you just to forget about it, man. But yet, when you go to try to apply for a job, apply for a mortgage, apply for a loan, they're gonna pull up your history. You know what I'm saying? But yet they want to forget the atrocities that they did to the children of Israel, and they're continuing to do to the children of Israel today, man. Repeat that again. This book of Proverbs 31:7 says, "Let him drink and forget his poverty, and remember his misery no more." Let's go to the New Living Translation. It says, "Let them drink to forget their poverty and remember their troubles no more." That's what they want you to do, man. They want you to forget all the troubles that you've been through. Forget all these um, ill things that Esau, even the self-proclaimed white man, which is the wicked, which is the devil, which is the Satan that the Bible speaks of, man. We know what all these terms mean, man. You know, so that's what this devil wants you to do. But Yahweh Shem Yahushua is not going to forget that, man. And let's go to the book of Psalms 1 137. Let's go to the main point. It says, this book of Psalms 137:7, it says, "Remember, O Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it even to the foundation thereof." And let's go to the Living Translation and get a more clear understanding of what this precept means. It says, the book of Psalm 137:7, it says, "O Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, remember what the Edomites did on the day the armies of Babylon captured Jerusalem, destroy it," they yelled, "leave it to the ground." Continue on. "O daughter of Babylon," which we're actually in Babylon right now. "O daughter of Babylon," meaning your daughter comes after you, man. So this is not talking about ancient Babylon. This is talking about Babylon, the great mystery Babylon, which is aka America. "O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us." So these devil, these devil, these devils, Salakia, are going into captivity, man. And happy is he that reward thee as they as thou hast served us. So we had went into captivity, man, under these devils, and their reward is going to be the same thing. They're going to drink of that cup, man. You know what I'm saying? The wrath of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. That's what they're going to, that's that drink they're going to drink. Because we was given the drink, meaning that the iniquities that we committed, we had to own up for it. That's why we went into bondage, But these devils went overboard, and they're going to pay for their atrocities that they did to the children of Israel, man. Let's go with let's get another precept. So like your one. That may be it. Yeah, that may be it. But that's I'm gonna close out here. But this is the main point. That's what Esau Edom is trying to do with this critical race theory. With these policies, they equate to the strong drink that they're forcing people to accept. Mainly the children of Israel, because we're the main ones that are affected by these policies, man. They're not. limiting or taking away for their, you know, history of American history, but which is actually white colonialism. You know what I'm saying? They're not taking away from those criteria, man. They're taking away for what they call Black history uh, um, teachings. You know, also the so-called the Northern tribe, which consists of the Native Americans and the Mexicans, man. You know, the Spanish. You know, they're taking away um, their history too. You know, but let me read that again. This is the book of Psalms 137:7. It says, "Remember, Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it even to the foundation thereof, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast rewarded us." So these devils are gonna get the same thing that they done, actually double. You know, they're gonna be rewarded double, man. You know, so that cup is gonna be double filled. You know, for the atrocities that they done to the children of Israel, man. But what they want you to do is forget it, man. They want you to, you know, drink their drinks and forget, you know, let him drink and forget his poverty and remember his misery no more. So they want you to forget all about this, man. That's what Esau Edom want you to do, man. But you can't, because Yahweh Shem Yahushai is not gonna allow this devil to forget. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna allow Israel, namely his elect, to forget about Esau Edom, man. You know. So let me go to this right here, where it says the forgotten history of Richmond slave breeding forms a dark chapter in America's past, man. So we shouldn't forget um, the atrocities that this devil committed to Israel, and Yahweh Shem Shai will not forget also, man. And he haven't turned a blind eye to this devil's doing to his children of Israel, because we're the apple of Yahweh Shem Shai. We're Yasharallah, man, meaning the prince of the power, man. You know. And I'm going to end off there, Lord willing. The body was edified. Before I leave, I want to give all praises, honor, Salakia, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakadash. Again, this is your Akim Drillazil, Lord willing. I'll be back with another lesson. Also, want to give double honors and salute to the men I learned this truth from. Till next time, Shalom, Huakatham, and Babal Babal. Shalom.